Now at 5, requests for an independent prosecutor and federal monitoring of the investigation into the deadly shooting of Drayshawn Reed by an IMPD officer. Tonight, his family weighs in on the events of that night and his life.
Everybody's been calling, when are we getting back together? When are we going to assemble again?
Some churches are getting ready to hold in-person services this weekend. The extra steps they're taking to keep you safe.
Helping small business owners through the pandemic. I'm Nicole Griffin tonight, finding out how one town in Hendricks County is helping these owners move forward.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
And now at 5, cover up those plants. There's a freeze warning for the entire state. If you bought flowers for Mother's Day or young vegetables for the garden, cover or bring them in tonight or risk losing them. Hello to you here at 5 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins. Get ready to wake up to a cold and frosty morning with temperatures in the 20s. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is tracking the approach of this cold air. Hey, Kevin.
And Mark, all the elements are coming into place. This morning's very early rain and cloud cover is now starting to slide out of the state. So clearing skies, that is step number 1. Step number 2 will be dropping the wind speed. There's your clear skies. You look straight north from downtown Indianapolis. Temperatures 49 in Lafayette, 45 in Peru. You see that cold air flowing in now that skies have cleared. The wind is strong. After sunset, the wind will begin to calm down and temperatures will fall. An average low this time of year, 50. Both the record and the predicted low are 29 degrees. There will be spots a little cooler than this. This is for Indianapolis. We'll talk about that and temperatures recovering in the 7-day planner.
See you soon, Kevin. Thank you. Tonight, the Marion County prosecutor is calling for an independent prosecutor to investigate Wednesday's deadly shooting of Drayshawn Reed by an IMPD officer after he led police on a chase. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett is also asking the FBI and U.S. Attorney to monitor the investigation. Tonight, RTV6's Stephanie Wade speaks one-on-one with Reed's family and gives us a glimpse into his life.
It was right here where 21-year-old Sean Reed's life came to an end. People watching it all play out on Facebook Live. It's something his family won't be able to forget.
He was talking to me on the live, and he like, sis, I'm sorry. Because I'm like, brother, what are you doing? We can't think for them.
Those were Jasmine Reed's final moments with her younger brother, recording himself live as he led police on a chase on Indy's northwest side, originally catching IMPD's attention for what they call reckless driving. Eventually, Reed got out of his car and ran. Police say then exchanging gunfire with an officer who later shot and killed him.
I knew my brother thought the situation was just going to go differently. I know he did. I know my brother didn't think they was going to shoot him down like that. He was scared.
Sean as he went by. But Dre, to his family, was the life of the party. His sister saying he was always smiling.
He went to there for us to do good. He went to hell fighting, protect and serve like they were supposed to protect and serve my brother.
We have confirmed with the United States Air Force that he served as an airman first class for 9 months. They say Reed did not serve a full recruitment contract, but can't share why under the Privacy Act.
He was definitely not a bad person, I promise. He was scared just like anybody else. He's young, he has goals. He knew the generation we got going on now. My brother was trying to get away from it.
His family admitting
the chase was wrong. My brother was wrong for doing the chase. That's right, but my brother, he definitely did not deserve to be shot like that.
Saying they could have visited him in jail, but this way, they'll never speak to him again.
He can't call his mother. He can't call our dad.
Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
In the Facebook Live video, Reed mentions he didn't want to go back to jail. A public record search shows that he was facing criminal charges in Marion County involving drug possession and driving while suspended. And out of Texas, Reed has a misdemeanor warrant for unlawfully carrying a weapon. To be clear, RTV6 has also requested the names of the officers involved in the pursuit and the shooting, as well as their personnel records. We are waiting for IMPD's response, and we'll bring that information to you as soon as we have it. Now to the newest numbers in the coronavirus fight in Indiana. The health department reported 33 more deaths today for a total of 1,328. 675 more Hoosiers have tested positive. That total now tops 23,000. More than 130,000 people have been tested, with 30 more testing sites opening up next week around the state. The state reports about 40% of ICU hospital beds are available. About 18% of ICU beds in use are being used by COVID-19 patients, and about 42% non-COVID. And 81% of the state's ventilators are available right now. Worldwide, we're closing in on 4 million positive cases, and the deaths are nearly 273,000. More than 76,000 of those are in the U.S. However, more than 195,000 people have recovered here. Well, this will be a big weekend for many churches in the state as they resume holding in-person services. Under Governor Holcomb's roadmap to reopen the state, today is the first day places of worship in most counties can resume services under certain conditions. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum found out some churches will still stick to virtual services for now, but others are ready to open their doors, and they say they have a plan in place to keep people safe.
Worship services have looked a little different over the past 2 months or so, as church leaders across the state have moved practically everything online.
We've done our best to try to create a worship experience at home, encourage people to get chairs out in the living room and engage with the worship and the preaching.
But Pastor Matthew Ball at Faith Apostolic Church of Carmel says it's just not the same as meeting in person.
Just that fellowship, that camaraderie, that ministering one to another, encouraging one another. You can only do so much over Zoom and Facebook Live.
And many members of the church agree.
The church has been ready to come back. You can see it online on Facebook. Everyone's always commenting on our live stream that they're like so excited to be back.
This weekend, in-person services will resume. Pastor Ball says in order to help keep people safe, they've spaced chairs out. They'll only operate at 50% capacity, and they're encouraging everyone to wear masks and use hand sanitizer. There will be no shaking hands, and doors will be open so people don't have to touch the handles themselves. Services will still be live streamed for those who may be at risk or just don't feel comfortable leaving their home yet.
There's no pressure from us. If the people are not ready to come out yet, we don't want them to.
But they say they'll be there for those who are ready.
I think there are a lot of people that for their mental and emotional and spiritual health, they need to get out. We need to have church again.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
Archbishop Charles Thompson released new details this afternoon about steps to reopen Catholic churches in the Indianapolis Archdiocese. So starting May 13th, churches may open for private prayer and the sacrament of penance. It will be later in Marion and Monroe counties where the stay-at-home order is in effect until at least May 15th. Weekday masses, weddings, and funerals may resume on or after May 19th, and Sunday masses may resume on or after the weekend of May 23rd and 24th. The Archbishop also reiterated that anyone 65 and over in those high-risk groups should remain home. To read the complete details, you can go to archindy.org. We now have our first look at how badly the COVID-19 pandemic affected the state's budget. April was expected to be Indiana's best month for revenue thanks to the tax deadline. But because the deadline was extended and the virus slowed other forms of taxes, the state collected nearly $1 billion less than it estimated in December.
Where the state was essentially even for the year compared to the forecast going into April, it is now almost 7% below because of the single month drop of 43%. As a point of reference, the revenue miss in 2009, the last recessionary period, was 7.9%.
To keep running, the state may soon have to dip into its reserves, which has more than $2 billion in the fund. This time is particularly challenging for small businesses. One Hendricks County community is now stepping up to support their local businesses. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is talking to the owners of a local coffee shop in Brownsburg who are benefiting from that support.
From a friendship in college at Purdue to now business partners.
I love coffee. He loves bagels, and it made sense.
Bob Goodpastor and Chico Mbanu opened Best Friends Coffee and Bagel Shop in Brownsburg in 2018.
Everything was trending up. We've got a nice, cohesive staff. Everything was just great. And the vibe in here was amazing. And then just like shut us down.
Best Friends Coffee and Bagel.
During the pandemic, they tried to stay open for curbside delivery, and for weeks, the community support was overwhelming.
They friended Chico and I. We feel the love, and they were literally coming in here for 2 or 3 straight weeks, just coming in here and spending their money, tipping big tips to our employees and buying way more food than they need. They even started selling T-shirts, 222 to be exact, but business slowed down, forcing them to make a tough decision to close their doors.
In addition to the financial aspect of it, it was also the health and safety part that really laid heavy on our hearts and on our minds.
5 weeks later, the coffee shop is now back open after they were chosen for the second round of the Paycheck Protection Program loan.
We opened back up on Wednesday, not knowing what to expect when we gave this our second run. And I mean, immediately, like nothing skipped a beat. The phone calls started coming in. People were ordering carry out and delivery. I'm delivering myself. Chico, we're the delivery drivers.
The town of Brownsburg is also stepping up, awarding the coffee shop $1,000 in grant money to help them reopen.
We went from wondering if we were going to maybe have to close our store down to actually feeling very confident that we're going to make it through this. Yeah.
They plan to use the money to buy sanitizing stations, PPE for staff, and barriers so everyone feels safe. Working for you in Brownsburg, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Well, the town of Brownsburg has already had 24 businesses apply for the grants. They have a total of $35,000 to award up to $1,000 per request. We're all spending a lot of time at home and in our chairs these days. How you can turn that chair into a way to help your mind and body. Still ahead. Also ahead here, we know that we have a gem in our backyard, but more and more parents are learning that the Children's Museum of Indianapolis is special. The new honor announced today.
Honda of Fishers.
Well, many of us are spending more time in front of our computers and sitting at home, which can be harmful to our health. RTV6's Amanda Starantino got some simple tips from an Indianapolis physical therapist to learn a few things that you can do to benefit your mind and body.
Social distancing has created an environment where many of us are spending countless hours in a chair. And although work is getting done, it could be taking a toll on your body and your mind. Fred Loeffler is a physical therapist at the Indiana Hemophilia and Thrombosis Center. He is used to working with patients feeling pain. His team realized the tools they use with patients could benefit all Hoosiers right now. It's called chair yoga.
Now that we're all sitting at computers and most of us are on our laptops, which is a shorter keyboard, so we're really forward shouldered, we're forward head and rounded back, and all of those muscles in the front in your pec area get tight, and your head, neck muscles get tight.
And with the help of a physician assistant at IHTC, Fred created this online chair yoga tutorial for anyone who is looking for mind and body relief while working from home or to manage stress in these difficult times. Adapting yoga moves to a chair gives everyone a chance to enjoy the benefits regardless of skill level.
The chair yoga is about as easy as it gets, and you can just kind of progress from there. With the chair poses, you're just doing a simple, even mountain pose or extension pose where you're lifting up your head and rolling your shoulders back and taking some deep breaths will give the muscles in the back of your neck and upper back a chance to relax, and you can get some stretching in.
These simple movements go beyond stretching your body. Fred says deep breathing is one of the most important things you can do to help with stress and anxiety.
But when we're stressed, and even when we're in these poor postures, we're breathing shallow, we're not really getting a full breath. It makes us more anxious. And so those 6 deep breaths with your poses and extending your spine and opening things up really do help get oxygenated blood in.
So take a break from your work, stretch your arms, and breathe in. It will pay off in the long run.
I mean, it'll lower blood pressure, it lowers anxiety, it lowers stress, it relieves tension, and gets more oxygenated blood into us, and we become more efficient, whether we're a patient dealing with pain or we're an employee stuck at home working on the computer all day.
And extra time at home can be used to start developing habits that will help you successfully rebound into a new normal.
You can begin a new chair yoga program, and you begin to actually start incorporating some movement into you. That would be fantastic to have carry over into your everyday life when we return back to a normal work environment or a normal type of setting.
Working for you, Amanda Starantino, RTV6 News.
Looks good. Look, we have the whole chair yoga tutorial video on our website, theindychannel.com. Well, congratulations go out tonight to the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. It has been named the best children's museum in the country by Parents Magazine. A panel of 24 journalists and influencers determined the rankings for a host of categories, including museums, zoos, theme parks, national parks, and more. The Children's Museum is closed right now due to the pandemic. Museums are closed until at least June, according to the governor's reopening plan. In the meantime, the Children's Museum is offering virtual events through its Museum at Home program online. Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast, which is not very May-like at all tonight, Kevin.
It eventually will be May-like within the 7-day forecast. Let me just mention something about the Children's Museum. When they do open back up, they have a new exhibit called Wild Weather. I'm anxious to see that myself. Cold weather, that headlines the forecast for the next 12 hours or so through tomorrow morning. Freeze warning in effect until 9 a.m. Don't forget, if you cover plants, to uncover those. We'll have lots of sunshine, so it won't take long for temperatures to rebound. I want to point out, next week, temperatures, when we get beyond Wednesday, will climb into the 70s. We've just got to be patient, but we'll finally have some milder temperatures. 46 in Crawfordsville, 47 in Tipton. You can see the change in the color there as you go northwest of Indy. Temperatures are falling. The wind will finally calm down just a little bit. Say hello to Sadie. Isn't she looking good in the sunshine and the green grass? I just talked to Sharon on the phone, Sharon Newman, viewer from Richmond, Wayne County, and just wanted to make sure they were watching for this big moment. So Sadie, for her walk this evening, the skies will clear and the temperature fall down into the 30s by tomorrow morning. Have a good weekend, Sadie. Winds out of the northwest are strong this evening. Once the sun sets, that starts the process to calming down the wind and will allow the coldest air to settle to the ground level. 28 in Richmond, 29 in Crawfordsville. Not much of a temperature range. Will all be upper 20s to low 30s with the wind 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning. That's rock bottom. Let's move on. Sunshine tomorrow, 55 will be the high, will not be nearly as windy. On Sunday, Mother's Day, rain showers likely. Doesn't look like it'll be a total washout, and not everyone will see rain, but I think there'll be plentiful, the showers that develop in the afternoon. We move quickly back into the 50s tomorrow with all that sunshine. Enjoy. We should be at 70 for the high. That's how we missed the mark. As you look at Sunday, rain chances, they increase as we go late morning into the afternoon hours with a 70% chance of showers, and it will be very windy again on Mother's Day. 7-day planner next week, 52 Monday. That's the coolest day. The warmest Thursday and Friday. We're back into mid-70s. The chance for showers and thunderstorms comes back with the warmth, but there is something to celebrate. Temperatures in the mid-70s, a little above average. Have a great Mother's Day weekend, everyone.
All right, thank you, Kevin, for that. Feeling the love. Teachers may be apart from their students, but they certainly know they are appreciated. Next.
Visit the Hiring Hoosiers job board.
Well, this is Teacher Appreciation Week, and it's really taken on a special meaning this year as teachers adapt to online learning and keeping their students on track. RTV6's Troy Washington shows us how teachers are still feeling the love even while social distancing from their students.
We do absolutely have to think outside the box because we can't necessarily bring an apple and set it on our teacher's desk anymore, but it's just the words and the messages and the notes, I think right now go a long way.
Right now it takes some creativity to figure out which gifts can reach teachers.
I'm not gonna lie, a little depressed just because I miss my big babies. I want to those heartfelt gifts that I keep. Like, I actually keep all these gifts in my house because I love it.
Dominique Donald is a 5th grade teacher. She says she looks forward to Teacher Appreciation Week each year because it's a chance to feel some love.
You're dealing with attitudes and problems and behaviors, and sometimes you just feel unappreciated. And so this week, it's really like the kids start to step up, and it's not even just buying things. Like, they'll make drawings or they'll make little poems.
This year couldn't feel more different because of pandemic restrictions.
It's kind of hard now that, with the social distancing, us trying to, get gifts arranged. I have a son, so I was even trying to get some flowers sent to my son's teacher, and it was kind of hard.
Karen Rout is with School on Wheels. They work with 80 different schools. She says she's noticed that since students have been working more with parents have a newfound appreciation for the craft.
You really know you get a little taste of what the teachers endure and deal with every day.
Gestures like Adopt a Teacher have been popping up as people search for unique ways to say thank you.
I was appreciative just for social media, even doing this Adopt a Teacher, because I at least got flowers yesterday, and it warmed my heart.
Whether it's a special delivery or a simple thank you email, Donald says the thought alone this week speaks volumes. Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Well, the hashtag Thank a Teacher has been making its rounds on social media also. There's still time to thank a teacher if you haven't yet, and we add our thanks from all of us at RTV6 too. A third of people in Indiana who have died from COVID-19 were in nursing homes or other long-term care facilities. All new at 6 here on RTV6, we find out why the state hasn't released the number of deaths in each facility. Leaving you now with a live look from our Weather Now camera showing the downtown Indianapolis skyline. A freeze warning in effect tonight. We'll get the latest forecast coming up from Kevin Gregory coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. We'll see you then.